Welcome to the wide world of snowboard gear polyamory. I'm James Beastie. This is the Good Ride, and this is the Ride Fuse. I have a 22 and a 2023. From what I understand from Ride, it's not really changing in 2024 either. I've been riding it most of the 2022-2023 season, so thought I'd do an updated review now that I got a lot more time on this. I've compared this against a lot of other boots this season. The discontinued Burton Kendo to the Ride Deadbolt. When it comes to weight, this is 2 pounds per foot, 4 pounds total. It's a little heavier than the Deadbolt at 1.8 pounds, but the same as the Lasso Pro and most Ride boots. I think they kind of sit around 2 pounds, and so do most boots out there. When it comes to sizing, this 9 fits pretty true. It might be a touch big, but if I had gone 8.5, I don't know if it would have packed out enough. All I have to do is add a little boot fitting foam if I want to make sure this fits comfortably lengthwise. Now widthwise, I'm a size 9E. That's pretty wide. So this fuse was narrow for me inside. I had to heat mold the liner to get this to fit my width. I didn't think that I could press out the sides of this liner on a single heat mold to make this work, but it did. I didn't even have to add boot fitting foam on the sides. We just heated it up once in the shop at Gravity Sports. Thanks guys. Put my foot in and it stretched out, and now this is a very comfortable boot for me. In terms of adjustability, the heel hold and getting this on and off, I think this lace boa combo is excellent. I can adjust the hell out of this. I can play with each rung and adjust it accordingly. I can tie it off here, but also the rungs lock pretty well. There's a lot of extra lace, and then you have this boa in the inside that wraps around your ankle right here. So not only do you have the best in adjustability with traditional lace, it's better than zonal boa like the Deadbolt that has upper and lower separation. This can have lower and upper separation, but it can also have separation between each rung. You can make each one of these different and really screw around with your adjustability, and that's great. But then also lock in your heel so there's no heel lift. One thing I do like though is this is really easy on inside. You just have one Velcro right here, and it's held all winter. I've got probably like 30 or 40 days on this, and this Velcro is still acting like it's brand new. I was a little concerned, but it's doing a great job. It was an unwarranted concern. When it comes to flex, response, and support, this is a medium stiff flex for sure. I feel like the flex rating seems accurate. In terms of the construction and how it's going to retain that flex, I feel it's excellent. This is one of the best in the business for 2 reasons. There isn't a lot of articulation here, but there's a notch that's pretty good. You can see that helps the boot flex more naturally and not bulge. But what really does it is this backstay here. This is a hard plastic and it just doesn't bend. You can see both of these have the same thing. But then on top of that, and I have this unlaced for this reason, this is a plastic, kind of rubbery plastic tongue, and it just doesn't break down that easy. Then it has these articulation points here right at the ankle, and it really retains its flex well. I don't really feel any difference between day 1 and day 40-ish, wherever I'm at with this boot. It really does a good job. Every aspect about this still is solid. This toe is just as burly as the new one here. But not only do you have good response, but you have good support. When it comes to shock absorption, this is one bummer for me. This is just so stiff right here, and you just feel like you have almost no shock absorption. And even over time, over lots of riding, this still feels really stiff. So I often ride these boots with the Footprint King Foam Orthotic Elite. But if you like board feel and you like more of a skate shoe type feel, this will do well for you. Or you want a surf-like feel, which basically is very minimalistic. Now, the other problem I've had with the Ride Fuse is this sole just doesn't have as much traction as this Deadbolt here. Sometimes you can get the disco splits with this, but I've found myself, especially the first day I rode these, I was in shock at how hard it was to keep my back foot when one footing on a board. When it comes to the footprint, this is a very reduced footprint. I was pretty impressed with this. Comparing this to mini Burton boots, which I feel are the epitome of reduced footprint. They're the same in every size. This 9 was the same footprint as my Burton's footprint, and they're both size 9 and they both fit me almost the same inside. You get their elite insole. That doesn't mean much. It's just another factory insole. It's a little better than some of their other lower end boot insoles, but it's a far cry from even just a $44 aftermarket insole like the Footprint Game Changer or the King Foam Orthotic Elite, or you could go really high end and get the perfect custom orthotic molded to every foot. You can see how it even molds to my toes and has a different material that holds your foot in place. And overall, if this boot had a little more shock absorption and a little better traction, it would be one of the best boots I've ever owned. As it stands now, it's a great boot.